So a higher quality video will be available on Patreon. so um, let's talk about that lick that and I taught this earlier today. So basically, and I taught that lick, and basically it's a fancy way to go to the 2 chord. So it's actually a good opener for Great Is Thy Faithfulness. So basically what you want to do, how you get to the 2 chord is, this is a 2 chord for F, and you're going to play an A minor, first inversion. So this is the minor chord you want to go to. Think a whole step above that, play that first inversion, play it over G, and then grace note. And if you look inside there, there's a C chord in there. And that's where you get, so you can actually, and it sounds good for other, even, do I have any vids on diminished chords? Well, let's make one right now. What do you want to know about diminished chords? Do you want to know about diminished drop 2s? Because I'm sure that's the sound that you're looking for. Because you can go like this in the key of C, right? And then go to diminished, and then go to the 2 chord. But I'm sure you're wanting to know about this. Right? Wait. Right? So basically what that is like, let's play Lord You Are Welcome. So you're going to play an A chord and then play a B diminished. This is a F diminished, but a drop 2 makes it a B diminished. Then you're going to play a C sharp diminished or a G diminished drop 2. So you're basically taking a diminished 7 chord, taking the second highest note and dropping it an octave down. Right? And then you're on the 2 chord. And then diminished, diminished. And then you're going to do a 7-3-6. And then this is a A minor. This is not an A minor. This is an A13. Actually, this is a preacher A. But so drop 2s are something that you have to learn with major drop 2s for worship. Right? For diminished drop 2s. And then the major 7 drop 2s. And yeah, it's a lot to have to take in. But if you want to practice diminished stuff, just between the 1 and the 2 chord, you can practice it that way. So let's go to E flat. Right. So see the diminished. This is a drop 2, and then check this out. So you're gonna have to rewind the video and get that. So that would be your diminished chords, and know that diminished chords, inside a diminished chord, you get that tritone sound because check this out. Tritone, tritone. So inside a diminished 7 is 2 tritones glued on top of each other. So that's basically how that will go with the diminished stuff. And actually, when you're playing this lick, it's actually a diminished chord that you're playing. That's a drop 2. It's kind of hidden. Let me see. How do you effectively improve your improvisation skills as far as keys go? If you're improvising in a church setting, in worship, then you're just playing movements. You're just playing numbers. Improvisation skills, like this isn't This isn't bebop, so your improvisation skills, you're not playing soloing lines all the time, unless you're doing an offering groove or something like that. But effectively improving your improvisation skills is learning phrases. Like I'm talking to you, like I said that sentence. I could say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and that's my alphabet. So this would be the alphabet for the B flat. But as far as my phrasing goes, right, and that would be jazz stuff, phrasing in that, and then for church stuff, and I'm improvising this. So I'm playing chords and improvising them. What am I gonna play? I don't know. So as far as phrasing goes, you want to play a lead line and then back it up with a chord change. Let me give you an example. There's my lead line. There's another, and then I'm backing it up with the chord change. And then, so I'm actually playing phrases, and then I'm going to play a chord change right after that. So it goes, or I can play the chord change and step it. Check this out. Or like the song, like when you think about a song, it's a bunch of phrases with chord changes on it. So when you're improvising, you're playing worship stuff, you want to be non-intrusive, and you want to play things in the background. You don't want to play things that make you stick out. So that's where so if I'm playing this, see that's the phrase right there. The drop 2 diminished. Right. Now, if I wanted to do more church stuff, now if I did that, I'm drawing attention to myself, and I don't want to do that. I'm creating an atmosphere. I'm not saying look at me. So you want to be mindful of your phrasing, because it ain't about you. It's about you being sensitive to what's going on around you, which is why I hate in-ear monitors, but that's another story. So if I have to wear those, I wear one out so I know what's going on, because everyone in the congregation doesn't have in-ear monitors. You need to be sensitive with their noise level as long as what you're putting out. Let me see. Do I have any provided material? PDFs? No. Written format, I can make you a MIDI file and send it to you. I don't have any PDFs. I could basically record a MIDI file in Logic and make a PDF file, but I haven't gone that far yet. I know there's a lot of readers out there that need that. And that's good to have, because you'll be able to read it. But when it's all said and done, you're not going to have sheet music in front of you, especially when you're in a worship setting, or when you're trying to be sensitive to what's going on. Sheet music is from A to B, but you want to go A. What's going on? What's the Spirit doing? You can't write that down on sheet music. I'm classically trained, so I went to school. I have a degree. I can read music. I'm not the best, fastest reader. I can't belt out a bunch of ants on the screen and sight read it, but I'm good enough. But when you're reading it, you're committed. Unless you can Ableton Live some stuff, and Ableton Live can sheet music you some stuff. Or like hoop triggers. That's a good thing, because it allows you to. Let me see. It says I have to convert for Mallet. Is it you that have the video for Mallet percussion? I think that's excellent. I love Mallet percussion. What's that? Let me see. What's his name? No, who's the famous Mallet percussion player? Gosh, I forget his name. But anyway, he's just amazing because he could solo. He could solo with his index fingers to practice for worship. Yeah, that's great. I could play you something if you want. And like, but basically, do you play with 4 mallets or with 2? Because some of these chords are pretty thick. So out of your 4 mallets, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So out of your 4 mallets, I guess you could do, or I could play you like, okay, 4 voicings. So you're gonna have to do some four mallet stuff. The 2 mallet stuff, I don't know how you're gonna, And I'm not a xylophone player, but I think I can play with 3 or 4. Yeah, 3. Some of these chords you're gonna need 4. So right there, that's 5 voices right there. So if I were to do something and just make it 4 voices, right. There you go. That would sound good. So 4 voices right there. Right. 4 voices right there. Yeah, that's more than 4. There we go. There's 4 right there. There, that would work. Can I play something in C sharp? So let's go. Let's go to C. Hey, Enrique. So this is C sharp right here. So that same thing that I played, that same lick that I played, or Lord, you're welcome in this place. 2 chord in C sharp. Drop 2, diminished. 7, 3, 6. 4 is no, but you can get the point across, and it's your instrument. There are things that instrument does that other instruments don't do. So 4, I could write something voiced for that, or maybe give you a phrase for you to practice, and then you can make a video, and then I can repost that video for listeners, because there are not very many of you, as far as I know. So that might help some other xylophone players out, if you want to. But I mean, these chords get ridiculous. And a lot of my voices are closed in. Like, I don't have the 10th thing. I have to cheat with my, so I can't do this. I have to do this. So I don't know if you're on my, let's look and see. There you go, just added you. So, yeah, that's something that hasn't been done before. For xylophone, any instrument. I don't, the only thing I don't do that good is sing. I mean, I can sing if I have to, but geez, yeah, I'm not the vocalist. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm okay, I think. So C sharp. Your C sharp should sound just like your D major. So if a lot of cats, C sharp is probably the most played in key, period, for gospel music. It just, it's, but you should master every key, not just C sharp. I saw a video where some guy was playing in A, but he was using the transpose, and he was clearly in C sharp by looking at where his hands were. So yeah. So let me see. Let's go back to. Do we have any other questions? Let's go back to this. Let me see. right? And then they do this. We're in C sharp. So that would be regular, or you can do this. So you have options. So I'm playing, this is your 2 of 4, which is your A flat minor. And then I went down, I'm actually, you see a tritone here, but I'm actually playing a B flat major 7. And then I'm taking this F sharp and dropping it down a half step. Let me see, 2-5-1 styles, please. 2-5-1 chord styles. I'm not sure what you mean by that, because you use 2-5-1. You use 2-5. That's, you know, what are you in a jazz? Right. That's 2-5. That's boring. You know, what you can do, because all 7-3-6 is 2-5 in a different key. So if I'm in a key of D flat, I'm gonna play 7-3. I'm gonna play 7-3-6 in D flat, but it's actually gonna be 2-5-1 in the key of B flat. But so check it out, right? Watch 2-5-1 in F now, right? Now 2-5-1 in C. And now I'm in G, 2-5 in G, right? Right, or what, check this out. 2-5 in D now. So that was 2-5-1. I just used 2-5-1 and pulled you to another key. So 2-5-1 in one key is another key 7-3-6. Or one key 7-3-6 is another key's 2-5-1. So if you think in terms of 2-5-1, your 7-3-6 is in 2-5-1. So look, I'm in the key of C. So if I did this, now watch C, 2-5-1 in A. Watch. Now check this out. 5, 2-5-1 in F. So can you make some nice chords leading to flat 7? I don't know what you mean by that, because if I was in, that would be your flat 7, and I'm in the key of C. So if I did flat 7 or dominant 7, a lot of times you play 6-9. So nice stuff. You're gonna have to come up with that yourself. I can show you something and you can like it and play it, but then it may not be your sound. So you have to forgive me for the chords and movements. I'm saying no, take it all. I don't care, because I don't care what people take from my videos. This is why I do this, and I don't care. People think, oh, you don't want people to take your sound. They're guys that use a transpose feature, not because they can't play in every key, but to hide their chords. They're just all kinds of limiting themselves. So take everything I got, because basically when it's all said and done, you're not going to use it all anyway. That's basically how it is. And like I was explaining before in another video, you go shopping, you take stuff and you stick it in your basket and you take it to checkout. That basket is unique to you. And then when you perform, you're at checkout. And then when you practice, you're going down the aisles to fill your shopping cart up with the stuff that you want. So that's 2-5. Learn all of your scales in every key. That'll get on your nerves. Right. This is old school. 4, I'm in E flat. 2, 3, 4, I'm in E flat. Now check this out. That's old school. That's everybody knows that. So basically you're taking E diminished, and this is not drop 2. So the bass player, if the bass player was doing that, right? So we don't have a bass player, so the bass is implied, right? 2, passing chord to 3, and then, right? Right. Wait. Wait. My fault. Right. Two, 5, 1. You wanted some 2, 5, 1s? 2, 5. 2, 5. 2, 5, 1. 2, 5 again, and these are just 2, 5, 1s. Those are 2, 5, 1s, implied 2, 5, 1s. I'm not playing the root, and it'll help your organ playing. It'll help your B3 playing, because when your foot stomps down on that root, you get this really full sound that you can't do with just your hands alone. So I'm gonna stop recording.